thank everyone for being here today, especially on this snowy January day. It's impossible not to feel the energy and the optimism in this room. This is a very exciting time for Thornhill, a new year and a time for positive change. I want to say a special thank you to Andrea. She's an inspiration to me as a female politician and the best leader the province of Ontario could have. I also want to thank Michael Prue, the MPP from Beaches East York, for being here. And I especially want to thank those who reached out to me to have conversations about this by-election and what this means to Ontarians. The encouragement I received to run in this election has been overwhelming, and it is why I am standing here today. I see many friends in this room and NDP supporters, and I know that this group is only going to grow larger and larger by the time that February 13 comes along. The riding of Thornhill is full of New Democrats who don't even know it yet. I'm so proud to be standing in front of you as a New Democrat, and I'm looking forward to this campaign. People in Thornhill are going to have a real choice in this by-election. The outcome of this election will not change the balance of power at Queen's Park, but what it will do is provide Thornhill residents the opportunity to vote for a candidate and a party who will work for them. Thornhill can elect a New Democrat who will work hard on their behalf and deliver results. Many of you know that I ran in the 2011 provincial election, and I was incredibly inspired by Jack Layton. Jack moved this country with his message of hope and optimism, which he felt must be a part of politics, something I feel strongly as well. What you may not realize was the extent to which our Thornhill campaign inspired others. A few months after the provincial election, I was shopping at a grocery store. A lady stopped to thank me for the conversation that we had had at her doorstep during the campaign, and to tell me that for the first time, she had voted NDP. She said she felt listened to and that our party was caring for her needs. Since the last campaign, I have become even more involved provincially and politically, becoming the Thornhill riding president and then being elected as a member of the Ontario NDP executive. The next step is becoming your MPP. I understand the challenges Thornhill residents face. I am a commuter who travels to Toronto for my job using public transit. Every day, I and hundreds of others feel the pain of the GO train service to and from Langsaff Station in Thornhill. In fact, I was on the infamous GO train traveling home to Thornhill during the Great Flood this past summer, an experience I won't soon forget. Imagine 2,000 people dressed in business suits, trying not to get wet for up to 7 hours of being stranded on a train before being rescued by the Marine Unit. In the end, we all got wet, but on the plus side, GO did pay for our dry cleaning. What was interesting about that day was that I remember running to the train from my office after work and feeling so lucky that I made it to the train on time, because if I had missed it, the next train would not be until 6:45 p.m. That's 75 minutes later, and during rush hour, when other trains run every 10 to 20 minutes to get people home after work. Train service is too infrequent for Thornhill residents compared to other communities, and the trains are chock full of commuters without a seat. And although Thornhill is only 20 kilometers from Toronto, my daily commute to and from work is 2.5 hours. It's important to me that much more be done to remedy this for the commuters of Thornhill. When I canvassed door to door during the last election, the issue I heard from families of all walks of life was the need for better health care. Many Thornhill residents do not have a family doctor. Wait times in our emergency rooms are too high. There are not enough resources to support seniors that need home care, creating an additional burden on families. Thornhill residents should not have to feel alone. Education is another serious concern of mine. Recently, Ontario's poor math scores have become national news. As a mathematics graduate, it concerns me that our children are not learning the basic math skills to be successful in everyday life. Growing up in York Region, I took part in math competitions and remember the excitement in grade 8 of being presented an award at Thornhill Secondary School here in Thornhill. My teachers taught with passion and challenged me throughout school. We owe it to our children to give them the same opportunities we had to succeed in life, which means ensuring the basics are taught in our schools. Looking around this room, I am inspired by all the people I have gotten to know in the community and in my NDP family. I am thankful to my husband, David, for all his support. We have been through an election before, and we know what is involved in an intense campaign. Many discussions took place to get me to this nomination today, and I feel fortunate to have such a loving and supportive partner. Today in Thornhill, change is possible. People feel like they've been ignored by a Liberal government mired in the gas plant scandal, and that the Liberals are more interested in their own political power than delivering for the people who make Ontario work. The Conservatives claim to have a plan for Ontarians, but instead of creating 1 million jobs, it will only deliver 1 million cuts. They make a lot of noise, but they can't be trusted to deliver for the families in Thornhill. When Thornhill residents go to the polls to cast their ballot on February 13, they can elect a new Democrat who will put their needs first. Together, we can do this. It can be done. We are prepared to go head-to-head against the Liberals and Tories to give Thornhill their first NDP MPP. Each and every one of you is vital to this success. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and I encourage you to get involved in what will be the most exciting NDP campaign in Thornhill to date. Together, if we work together and stand together, we can win together. Thank you very much.